Hi, I'm Scott Williford, founder and CEO of vLink Solutions. Today I've got Brian Weiss of Support Marketing Group with us. How are you doing today, Brian?
Doing very much. Thanks for having me today.
That's great. That's great. So tell me just a little bit about Support Marketing Group and just your 30-second elevator pitch, if you don't mind, just so people out there will know what you do exactly and your expertise.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome the opportunity. 15 years sales leadership, Support Marketing Group was established because one of the fundamental things missing in a business environment that's focused on creating new opportunities is the appropriate amount of activity. It's communication. Where does that next opportunity lie? How do you go find it? And so it was an area that we had success in and personally was successful at. And so we decided to put a team together, and our focus is in identifying strategically who that group of leads is, that those targets are for our client, and reaching out to them, communicating with them effectively as to the value of our client solution and trying to create a buying opportunity.
So you would say you're an expert on helping companies manage and create new prospects and new opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to describe it. Thank you.
Yeah. So what is the biggest challenge? What is the thing that most people miss or forget or that they don't do that they need to be doing around building successful marketing and sales leads campaigns?
Yeah, okay. I mean, my response or my experience has shown that a lot of people feel very passionate about what it is they sell, what their service is, what their solution is, and maybe put less emphasis on the actual process to taking that to market. How am I going to communicate with that lead? What does that first call look like? What am I going to say? How do I introduce myself? How do I take, with each step for us, Scott, there's a call to action. When we call and introduce ourselves, it may be a 2 or 3 minute introduction, and we may follow that up with a professional email or a video. Well, there needs to be strategic delivery of information as a part of call one. There's the second step, it has a call to action established with it so that we're always walking toward building a new relationship, a new business opportunity. And I think that a lot of people struggle to clearly create the strategy to really execute a process as a part of selling. A lot of people think it's just, I mean, you hear it all the time, that guy's a salesman.
Right.
He's got a great personality, he must be able to sell,
Right.
and the reality is it's not that easy. There needs to be a process that's in play.
So you hear this term a lot, drip marketing, when you're dealing with things. So are you talking about some type of drip marketing process with human beings? I mean, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, precisely. There's a ton of noise in the world today, right? We're in an economic climate where people feel like they have to do more with less. You have we're maybe less trusting overall as a community, and so as a business, when you look at presenting your solution to a potential client, you want to be able to deliver that message a couple of different ways. You don't want to just call up, say, hello, this is me, this is what I do, and are you interested, right? You want to have multiple pieces of technology that help them, or they get the message of what your solution really is. And it helps, psychologically, it helps that client or that potential client validate that your solution makes sense to them. You're the type of person they want to work with. You're the type of business they want to be working with. And it just presents your business in a way that benefits the consumer. And I think that's what needs to be focused on literally all the time.
Right. So in building out a process and in thinking through that, are there some key things that companies need to be thinking about? Are there some key elements that companies need to really be thinking through when they're building their process?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what are those? I mean, how, if you were going to create a formula for somebody to follow, trying to give our viewers a chance to copy and learn from someone like yourself, what would be the key things that you'd tell them?
Right, and without giving away the secret sauce.
Give it away. It's okay.
I think the fundamental pressing issue is people, human capital. And the reason that this is going to be a good fit for both Support Marketing Group and a potential client is that there's a lot that goes into an ever-evolving a sales force that turns over a lot. Mm-hmm. And so it's hard to really keep a pulse on the human capital element of it. And so we find successful business people, lots of talent in inside selling. Getting on the phone isn't a skill that everybody's comfortable with. So we find people that are excited to get on the phone. They want to tell your solution, specifically yours. They like the dynamics of having a couple different clients they might manage and learning more about a couple different businesses. So we have an environment that's exciting. There's enthusiasm, and I'm sure you well know, Scott, the number one characteristic among all successful salespeople is enthusiasm.
Right.
So it starts with having an enthusiastic group of people that want to help tell your story. And then from there, we just want to put some thought into what is that story? Who's going to be listening? Why do they want to hear it? How does it benefit them? And there are lots of technological pieces today, social media, email newsletters, video, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of pieces you can use to help bring that story to life. And so the caller becomes, in essence, just the conduit of information. They help move that needle from prospect to customer, and that's our goal. We want to go find the prospects. We want to help create a relationship and try and take that step to customer.
So in this noise of all the things that we were talking about and all the things that you hear about on the internet today, social media is a big push. So we're going to be right back in just a few minutes. We're going to talk about social media and how social media can influence, help, or detract from the inside sales efforts. So tune back in with our next episode with Brian Weiss. I'm Scott Williford, founder and CEO of vLink Solutions. We'll be back in our next episode.